Hey, kia ora from New Zealand. Again. So more pondering today on targeted individuals. Well, that's an interesting phrase, isn't it? So I think I might have to call myself out on the last video I did because it may have been a tad prickly. And there was a fair bit of name calling, so just like to rescind that, cancel that, neutralise that, and yeah, just correct that because these people are deserving of our love and understanding too, and that's hard to hear, let alone practice. So I just try and think about parenting children. So this is just a quick message. I just think about parenting children and hopefully. And if a child is a bully, what are they crying out for? I reckon love and understanding, and compassion, because most bullies have been bullied themselves. So I know you think that your life might be sucking a big fat lemon at the moment, but imagine living theirs. Would you seriously want to be reduced to bullying and tormenting others for a payoff, for privileges? Would you want their karma? Like, they can't be happy people to be behaving like that. So here's the compassion, it sounds like a pretty empty existence to me. They've got no energy. That's okay. Just steal it. It's not okay. It's not okay to force yourself upon people. That's narcissistic behaviour. It's actually demonic. Forcing yourself or your needs, or feeling entitled, or manipulating, or harassing, all of that stuff is, it's not that great, is it? So as I say, it sounds like a pretty empty existence to me, and as I say, you might think your life's sucking a big lemon, but I wouldn't want to be living theirs, not in a million years. They some of them just get offers, no car, that's okay, just do this one thing to this person that you may not even know, and voila, you have a new car. So this is the thing, this has to work by people agreeing to treat people badly. So to whatever level they're in, whether it's I don't know, maybe they just get asked to say one particular phrase to someone, and to them it means nothing, but to the person that they're speaking to, it might be the tipping point. And they think it's okay, and the person that's done it thinks it's all right because it's just this one thing, and hey, like, wow, whoever, easy money, whatever, it's not okay. It's not okay to treat people badly. It's not okay to force your stuff on people and feel entitled to their stuff just because you don't have it, so no, it's not. So everyone here on this planet is playing a role. We come here, before we come here, we have a purpose to achieve, and we might sit around with our little soul fam and go, well, who'll do this bit, and how will you help me do that bit, and I'll do that, I play a really good bad guy, and they might be your absolute bestie, doing you the most massive healing favour by playing this absolutely shit role in your life. The thing is, though, could even be hurting them badly too to have to do it. You just don't know. So it's when we hurt someone else, we don't just hurt them. We ultimately are hurting ourselves. And we walk around with that wound that we've inflicted on another, whether we know that or understand that or not. I believe it's to be a fact. So we can wound people with our words, with our intent. I mean, gossip and slander, for one thing, is not only designed to wreck someone's reputation and It's an energy that's been put out there, and it's bloody black magic, and there's tons of that around, and just that word, those words. So I've called myself out on minding my words. It doesn't mean I agree with what they're doing. It doesn't mean I have to hang out with them and have a happy little cup of tea, because that's not going to happen. You're better off staying away from toxic people, so yeah, so let me just have a look at this. I had some notes there. So we're only hurting ourselves. So if we want to be loved and accepted and understood, then that is what we must demonstrate. First with ourselves and then with others. And that's like no matter what. Gosh, this phone's hurting my fingers. Must be the vibrations, the frequencies. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, when we're angry about what's happening in our life, and fair enough, but we really, really got to watch where our frequencies are, where our minds are, and if we're dwelling in those lower emotions like resentful or feeling victimised or powerless and all of those sorts of things, was exactly where they want you to be. You're actually feeding the beast. So I believe we get to choose every moment how we feel, and we're responsible for our feelings. And if everyone took responsibility for themselves and what they create and their feelings, the whole world would be a different place. But we've got to start somewhere, and that's with ourselves. The only thing we can change is ourselves. So this is part of the learning, being in this situation. This is part of the learning. So, yeah, good luck with that. No, seriously. And it feels like crap to be in that place anyway. So you need to choose to feel good and choose thoughts that feel good. And as I said previously, we have to retrain ourselves to think differently and move forward differently. So, yeah. And just because you feel compassion for them and perhaps understanding doesn't mean you agree with it or condone it at all by any means. I think the best example that just blew me away years ago as compassion was, this was in Christchurch, and a young woman was walking home with her two children, I think, in Linwood, and a young man came around the corner doing like a burnout wheelie thing and mounted the pavement and took out one of the kids. And everybody was outraged by this. This is going back quite a few years. Everyone was like completely outraged. This is when news was real. And this woman totally, like, everyone was like, oh, that little rat bag, that bloody, the youth of today, right, shake their fists and all this sort of stuff. And she was just like, obviously she's going to be upset that she's lost her child in such circumstances. She demonstrated such compassion, and it was just mind-blowing, heart-blowing, whatever. She took this boy under her wing, like he was rejected by his family, and everybody judged him, da-da-da-da-da, but she understood that he felt really, really bad for what he'd done and caused and taken a life, obviously, and she had nothing but compassion for him, and she demonstrated that. She spoke of it in interviews, and I just thought that was just so awesome. That's what we want in this world today, that sort of understanding. I'm not saying that bad driving and bad decisions, but these things happen, but like, wow, kudos, man. Anyway, so there we go. It would have been so easy for her to go, my life is screwed, and I have no son, which is totally probably true, but she didn't project any hate or judgment on this young man. It's pretty beautiful to see. Anyway, so that blew me away, and as I say, that was years ago. So compassion for the bullies, even though they suck. It's their bad behaviour, okay? So we separate the behaviour from the person. We say they're behaving in a really bad way. You know, I don't like that. We don't necessarily have to say, oh, that person's a pea brain. But, you know, the level of intelligence, like, the only thing I can explain it, like, yes, some people have low intelligence, low emotional IQ, all those sorts of things, but I don't know, each to their own, as I say, they're playing their role. So yeah, kia ora. Take that, do with it as you may. That's just my thoughts on the subject. I'd rather choose thoughts that feel good, and everybody's playing a role, and ultimately, what are they teaching you? How to be stronger, how to heal, how to love. We're going to demonstrate love, teach love, be love, just like that lady who lost her child. So yeah, take care from New Zealand, and kia ora. Cheers.